Welcome back to my sports world. I just recorded a video that you can see on this channel. I'm not holding back. When I sat down to record that video, there was 1 minute and 12 or 1:42 left, I think it was. I just now went back to look at the last minute and 42 while that was going on while I recorded that video. Just to extend what's going on here for any delusional fan. If you think a 41-33 victory over the Detroit Lions are good, think again. This is a sign of weakness. It's a sign. It's a warning shot, and it should say warning. 49ers are terrible, and they are. They're winning 41-33 over the Detroit Lions. I'm laughing here because we had a 24-point lead when there was 3 minutes and some seconds left. 4 minutes, let's say 4 minutes left of the game. We had a 24-point lead, and all during the game we had seen performances up and down. It's so inconsistent performances, both on offense and on defense. We can probably thank the defense today for winning this game because of their pick six and some other 3 and outs and stuff like that, and sacks that was positive and made a positive impact on the play. The offense, this offense is not good, and I'm not too impressed with the defense either, to be honest. I talked in the other video about injuries and that there's a problem going on at the 49ers, and there is. There's a huge problem going on. Another huge problem is, and I want to say this is the biggest issue of them all, and that issue has a name. It's Kyle Shanahan. Okay, why did he leave Sermon out of the team today? Why? Could that, having Sermon on the roster today and in the team today, dressed up, ready to play, could that have prevented Mostert from being hurt? You were running Mostert pretty hard for a while, and with Sermon on the team, what if he would have been the one who's in there? Mostert is probably one of our most important players on the offense, beside Kittle, beside of course the quarterbacks who dictate the game, and our wide receivers. They are also one of the more important players on the whole team, if you include the special teams players and the defensive players. A running back is more than just a running back. A running back is also sometimes a blocker when you want to throw the ball. I'm not saying that Mostert is a good blocker. There's probably other players that are better than him. But nonetheless, he was the first string, first chosen, first rated running back in our team and in our squad by you training coaches and managers. And you managed to get him hurt. Well, I focused on the injuries in the other video, so let's now focus on something else that needs to be looked at. How can a team that is leading like 41-17 end up winning 41-33, and on top of that, when there was 20 seconds left, the Detroit Lions were down in our zone, in our end of this field, and they turned it over on downs. Thank God they only had Jared Goff as a QB. If this was any other team, we would have been run over. If you for a second, as a fan, think that the 49ers this year are going to be able to compete against teams like Packers, Buccaneers, I'm going to even say the Saints, Cardinals, who just thrashed the Tennessee Titans, Seattle Seahawks. Who else? Dallas Cowboys. Oh, by the way, I looked at the game Atlanta against Philadelphia. Philadelphia is even better than the 49ers right now. Philadelphia just trashed the Atlanta Falcons. So, and don't even get me started on AFC teams. You have the Chiefs, you have probably the Bills, you have the Ravens, you probably have Cincinnati that is better than the 49ers now. If I was going to rank the 49ers anywhere right now, based on today's performance among teams, out of the 32 teams in the NFL, we are probably somewhere between 20 and 25, maybe even worse. And why are we that bad? Once again, it comes down to Kyle Shanahan and his way of doing things. If you want to blame someone at the San Francisco 49ers organization, you only have to look to the guy on the sideline with a ball cap and who always has like a scarecrow look in his eyes. It looks like he's seeing the devil every time. His name is Kyle Shanahan, and I'm sorry, but everyone is like praising him for being this, oh my god, good coach. No, I have seen good coaches. I have been around good coaches and trainers. Kyle is not even close. Good coach is Seifert and Bill Walsh, Bill Belichick, Landry. The list goes on and on and on. And Kyle is not on that list. He's not even close to being he's not even top 50. Okay? He's a gimmick coach. He likes to do gimmicks. He's good to do gimmicks. And that's all it is. Game management, he is as poor as they come. Player management, poor as it comes. Preparing a team of players for the season, terrible. I tell you, he's terrible. I would take any other team, and you know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb. We had some really bad coaches over the last few years. Okay, we had coaches like Tim Sula, and that college dude who was so bad. I don't even remember his name. And then we had Singletary. I wish we could get Kyle Shanahan out of our beloved 49ers. We would be way, way better without Kyle Shanahan. He is so bad. I wish that... let me put it like this. There was a lot of people that was against and had a lot of negative things and bad things to say about a lot of other trainers and coaches. I was one that always liked Harbaugh. I liked what the style he was implementing in the team. I liked what he was standing for. I know that Jed York didn't like him. Or they became, on bad foot. Too bad. Because he would have been such a much better coach about this. I can't believe we have signed Kyle Shanahan to a long-term contract. Because he's probably one of the worst coaches in the NFL right now. He's squeaking by because he has some good players around him. And let me tell you this. Over the last few years, guess who saved Shanahan's ass? Saleh. Because we had an outstanding defense. And that is not something Kyle Shanahan can take the credit for. There was the other coaches under Shanahan that did the good work. Shanahan is terrible. He's proven that. He's proven that in 49ers. He proved that in Atlanta. He's the one who lost that Super Bowl with Atlanta. Not Matty Ice. That was all on Mr. Shanahan himself. Mr. Terrible. So, but looking at the game today, you can say, oh, you're all negative and, you're going to bounce back. Bounce back? Against what? We just played what's going to be one of the 5 bottom teams in the NFL right today. Okay? The Detroit Lions is going to be, when the draft comes around next year, they're going to be one of the top 5 teams to pick their draft picks. Okay? Um, Detroit Lions is terrible. Terrible. Along with Atlanta. And I can probably see New York Giants and New York Jets being up there as well. As terrible. So don't come here and tell me we're going to bounce back against teams like Green Bay Packers and Seahawks and Cardinals and the Rams and even frick if we even play. Are we playing Philadelphia? Yeah, we are. I think we're playing Philadelphia. We're gonna lose that game. If you play like this today against Philadelphia, we're gonna lose. Um, we're gonna play some. We have an easy. We have a so-called easy schedule this year, but we're not. We are not a great team. Whatever someone tried to paint you a picture of, and that it just made you delusional. I'm sorry, but I took the hook, bait, line, and sinker and everything. I was like, oh my god, we're signing all these players. Oh my god, we're giving the veterans a nice contract. Oh my god, we're bringing back the players. We drafted these guys and blah blah blah. I really took the whole thing and I was running with it and I was going like, we're gonna be like Super Bowl team this year. One game in and that changes everything. Why? Because we're back in the same place we were last year. Injuries and injuries and injuries. And bad game management from Kyle Shanahan. So, we now have 3 players that we don't know how long they're going to be out. And we have a coach that has a 6-year contract, that signed a 6-year contract a couple of years ago, and that we're stuck with a coach that doesn't know how to prepare a team, which is one of the most important things in the NFL. Prepare your team for the upcoming season. You have 17 games ahead of you, okay? So you prepare for those 17 games. You have a 53-man roster. On the first day, on the first game, on the first half an hour or an hour of the season, you lose 3 players to injuries. And don't come and tell me that that's their fault or the turf or the other player or it's just unfortunate circumstances or bad luck. No, it's not. You can do something about this. And you clearly don't know. So, you know what? We'll take this win and reflect on it and say, if we play like this again, we're going to lose. We're going to have a losing season. And we're going to lose about 12 games. And we may be going to win 5. That means we're going to win another 4. So start looking at the schedule and point out the 5 easiest games. This was one of them. When we barely made it. We barely beat one of the worst teams in the NFL. For crying out loud, they have Jared Goff as a QB and he almost slaughtered us. I'm not looking forward to this season. I've been so hyped up for the last 2 months. Since the draft, I was like, yeah, let's go, let's do this. Let's show them who's the boss there and let's get back to the Super Bowl. All it took was one game to make me realize that we're going to be a bottom feeder and we're going to be fighting amongst the bottom terrible shit teams. And it's all because of one guy. His name is Kyle Shanahan. He is the worst of the worst. I would take any coach in the NFL over to my team almost, except for the guy in Atlanta. He's just as bad. So, you know what? No, it's not going to work. Not going to work, guys. 49ers are not even going to hit the playoffs this year. We are not. I see a 5 win and 12 losses coming up in this season. Take care.